Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first webinar for 2025. On behalf of the Academy of Research Design and Training, as known as RDOT, I am so happy and excited to welcome you all. For those who haven't met with us yet, I am Murat Turk, one of the co-founders of Academy of Research Design and Training, as known as RDOT. And today we have Dr. Murat Turk, who is also one of the co-founders, and he earned his PhD in educational psychology, learning sciences from the University of Oklahoma. He has his feet in both academia and industry at this point. And today he will be presenting us academic writing with Jenni.ai in particular. And I will turn it over to you, Dr. Turk. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone. It's nice to be here. So thank you for this awesome introduction about my background. I know some people in the audience, but I don't know most of the audience. You're all welcome here. So today, I'm going to talk about, this fancy AI tool which is called Jenni.ai. And we're going to talk about, how we can just harness this tool, in order to improve our academic writing journey, basically. And I'm sure some of you have already, at least heard of Jenni.ai. But I also know from your survey responses that almost half of the audience is already aware of the the AI tools out there which you can use to improve your academic writing in English. Yeah, so this is basically about academic writing in English and publishing again in English journals, especially in top journals that your field has. So in terms of our agenda today, we are going to talk about very briefly about, what is Jenni.ai, and then key features and capabilities of Jenni.ai. And we will discuss Jenni.ai and the writing process, and then integrating Jenni.ai into your own workflow, and using AI tools with academic integrity and ethics, which is a super important topic, an issue that we all, as researchers, scholars, we all should be aware of, and should approach with caution. And then we will start. Basically, we will spend most of our time exploring Jenni.ai, starting with its homepage. And I have drafted a couple of learning objectives for us just to guide us, during this webinar. So one of our learning objectives is for you to explain what Jenni.ai is and how it works, and then explore Jenni.ai's features to help your academic writing process, because you will be able to, open up your browsers, and then you can just start exploring Jenni.ai's features as I describe each of them. Of course, after the webinar, you will have, lots of time for self-exploration. And then, the third objective for us is to explain how to use Jenni.ai ethically and with academic integrity, which is also an important learning objective for us, because we know that academic integrity and ethical use of AI tools is super important for our academic writing process. So before this webinar, our team has sent you, a survey. And one of the questions was, have you ever used artificial intelligence in academic writing? And here is the results. Yes, proportion is 59, almost 60% has already used artificial intelligence in academic writing. And 30%, 32% is, saying no here. And then we have a couple of unclear answers as the question was asked in the open-ended format. some people just entered their, free responses, which is fine. But we understand that almost, more than half of the audience is already familiar with using artificial intelligence in academic writing, which is perfectly fine. So let's start with, our content about Jenni.ai. So what is Jenni.ai? Jenni.ai is a wonderful tool. Let me say this upfront. It's one of the fanciest tools I have experienced and used in my own work as well. So it's definitely a revolutionary writing assistant for us as academic researchers, students as well, because that tool is providing you with the tools that you need to produce exceptional written work. Because Jenni.ai can generate high quality text for you, about a wide range of topics, and for different paper types, like research papers, essays, dissertations, chapters, journal articles, basically any type of document. And in addition to generating high quality text, Jenni.ai also helps you, about the quality of your language. It helps you to edit, your text, review it, paraphrase it, summarize it, and a couple of more features that I'm going to show you today. So topic exploration is one key feature and capability of Jenni.ai. You can create different outlines with the help of Jenni.ai, and you can do, brainstorming about those ideas, just to make sure that your research has a certain outline structure and you know where you're going, basically about the topics and maybe the subtopics. Jenni.ai helps you about that, which I'm going to show you again today. Citation management is another cool affordance of Jenni.ai. With Jenni.ai, you will be able to insert your citations, with one click, and you can just create a comprehensive bibliography in different citation formats, basically APA, Chicago, Harvard, and many other citation formats that you can integrate. And you can also, I will show you that as well. You can also use it with your reference management tool. My favorite one is Zotero. So I'm going to show you how to integrate Jenni.ai and Zotero in terms of this citation management. And text optimization is basically about, as the name implies, it helps you to enhance the quality of your work in terms of the language, because there are different text optimization features, like write more clarity, like write more depth, or paraphrase it, summarize it, write longer, something like these features are also about text optimization. So with all these features, basically Jenni.ai can definitely, streamline and enhance the writing process. And it saves you lots of time, people. Let me say this, because, basically it, accelerates the writing process by doing the tasks which take some time, like formatting, like citations, like research, like reading papers, for example. With Jenni.ai, for example, you will be able to chat with your PDF files. This is an awesome feature. Maybe some of you have already used that and know that. And it's quite time saving, especially for those automated repetitive tasks which take a lot of time. Jenni.ai is at your service in terms of saving your time. again, increased text quality is definitely another affordance of Jenni.ai with different, features like text fluency, like paraphrasing, simplifying, summarizing, and more. There are many other features that I'm going to show you today. And Jenni.ai also helps you with that, with text quality. And boost creativity. And we have this as researchers and academic writers, we have this problem of the writer's block. I'm sure everybody has experienced the writer's block. If there is someone who doesn't experience any writer's block at all and can start writing, as soon as they sit in front of their computers, that's perfect. I really admire those people. But most people, need a starting point, right? We need a starting point. We need to, we just say, okay, I need something to start with. How can I start here? I need a sentence or more just to give me a kind of push, right? Just a trigger to start writing. So Jenni.ai helps you about that, basically. You will just tell Jenni.ai a kind of prompt, which I'm going to show you again. The better quality your prompt is, the better its generation will be. So it's also an important point that I'm going to discuss with you today. So it can give you ideas, which is super important, rather than not only the text generation, which of course which we never copy and paste. I don't need to say this, but in terms of giving us ideas, showing us a way, giving us a kind of inspiration about how to start a paragraph or a section of an article or a chapter, in a book or whatever. So Jenni.ai is doing a great job. It can create different outlines for you. It can give you ideas. You can also chat with Jenni.ai chatbot. It's like somebody's out there always, 24/7 at your service, in your office room, in your living room. And you could always ask, Jenni.ai anything that you would like to discuss and get the answer. And then it can give you, any kind of ideas that you need. So that's also quite, useful for us as academic research, because the writer's block is something that everybody, has experienced. So you can definitely integrate Jenni.ai into your workflow by following these, very basic and general steps. So we should always start with a clear research question, or at least a topic, a well-defined topic. That's very important for us. If you need to, if your topic is not well-defined, then, Jenni's help will be limited, because Jenni will focus on your prompt, and the topic that you have just told her. And so you should definitely give Jenni a great prompt for high quality generations. And what do I mean by a great prompt? Is definitely specific enough, contextualized, and detailed enough. And Jenni will also tell you whether your prompt is poor, moderate, great. I will show you that as well. You will see it in a minute. So you can use Jenni.ai after, your specific research topic or research question. Jenni.ai will generate outlines for you. You can brainstorm ideas, and you can even, after reading what Jenni.ai has offered about your topic, you can even conduct a kind of initial research in the literature. And you can also do that, kind of, for example, literature review. You know that we can also do literature review with AI tools. We have lots of other tools, like Jenni.ai also helps you with that, but there are better tools like, for example, SciSpace, like Research Rabbit, for example, or Elicit, or Perplexity AI, Consensus. So there are lots of other AI tools which you can do research in the literature about the ideas that Jenni has given you, for example. And then you have created some, ideas, and then you have written up paragraphs with Jenni.ai's, suggestions. And then you can just use Jenni.ai's text generation features to, improve your text. After drafting different sections of your paper, you can just use Jenni.ai's edit and review features for optimizing your language in your paper. And you can definitely finalize your work with Jenni.ai's assistance and get ready for submission. So Jenni.ai does a lot for us in terms of, text generation, idea generation, and all that stuff. However, we know that we always need to act with, academic integrity and ethics. Therefore, I would like to, make this reminder upfront here. We should always check, journal publishers' generative AI policies. What do I mean by that? For example, Elsevier. Elsevier is one of the greatest publishers in the academic world, and if you go to Elsevier's page, you can see some statements like, where authors use generative AI and AI-assisted technologies in the writing process, these technologies should only be used to improve readability and language of the work. You see, these technologies should only be used to improve the readability and language of the work. And the ideas, of course, you can just get inspired by the ideas of Jenni.ai. Applying the technology should be done with human oversight and control, and authors should carefully review and edit the result. And Elsevier, for example, says authors should disclose in their manuscript the use of AI and AI-assisted technologies, and a statement will appear in the published work. Yeah, if you publish in a journal of Elsevier, then they put a statement about your AI use in your published work. And authors should not list AI and AI-assisted technologies as an author or co-author, which happened in the past. Some people used ChatGPT, for example, as an author or co-author, which is wrong. That's why they added a reminder like this. So, nor cite AI as an author. Authorship implies responsibilities and tasks that can only be attributed to and performed by humans. So this is super duper important for us, because this tells us that, okay, we have millions of, tools, technologies out there which can help us, write our papers. Fine, wonderful, sweet. However, we should definitely, approach any kind of AI-generated text with caution. And we should use their ideas and text generation definitely after I humanize, after we definitely, edit, review, and the text with our own paraphrasing and stuff. So that's super important for us, because otherwise your paper will be flagged as AI generated. There are also tools which help you to humanize your AI texts, which is another, interesting point here. But I highly, recommend you to do it for yourself, by yourself, as the human author, as the real author of your work. So after this, brief introduction, we basically have 40 minutes to explore and, talk about Jenni.ai, starting with its homepage. So let me go to, and then I will at the end of my walkthrough in the Jenni.ai, I'm gonna go back to my slides to give you the final words and stuff. So let me share screen once again here. All right. Okay. So you see Jenni.ai's web page here. The address is here, Jenni.ai. You can definitely type it in your browser, and then you can just go to that website. This is the landing page of Jenni.ai. So it says, meet your intelligent research assistant, the AI-powered workspace to help you read, write, and organize research with ease. So you can definitely click on start writing, and then you will be, asked for your email and stuff. That's the typical sign up process that you already know. So I'm not going to go into that. So when you scroll down, you see some, some examples, kind of video showing you how Jenni.ai works and looks like. And then you see that trusted by universities and businesses across the world, and some university names are popping up over here. And this is basically for advertising purposes, definitely. But we don't know, of course, what this trusted by universities, businesses means. Like, is there a kind of formal contract or agreement between those universities and Jenni.ai? We don't know. I asked them, but I haven't got a response yet. So that is something that I am curious about. And here, powerful features part, it says write, cite, and edit. Features built to enhance your research and writing capabilities. Again, some screenshots from different features of Jenni.ai. For example, this is a screenshot of the library. There's an article information here, citation edit. And then this is another screenshot about the text that Jenni.ai can generate for you. And here we have information about in-text citations, you see. APA, MLA, Chicago, Harvard, different citation formats. And then AI autocomplete, which I'm going to show as well. So autocomplete is basically you just, write a prompt, and then Jenni.ai starts generating texts for you, and then you just read, and then you accept or not. Maybe you accept and then you change later. So which we will see in a minute. So chat your research. Definitely you can chat. You can upload a research paper. It could be an article that you have written. It could be an article of someone else. And then you can just upload it, and then you can start AI chat with that piece of paper. You can ask anything about the paper, just like somebody is explaining to you. You don't have to read everything, because there are lots of papers that we need to read, right? Especially for literature reviews. So generate from your files. Again, you can generate, research papers from your own files by using Jenni.ai's affordances. Jenni supports many languages, including Turkish, but I'm going to show you I said Turkish because most of our audience is Turkish today. So, but I'm going to show you the English, version of it, but many languages are supported, like 30 languages. It says here. Reference management. Again, you can just save research and manage research in your library, and you can easily cite while you are writing in Jenni.ai's editor. Paraphrase, rewrite. For example, this is a wonderful feature, especially if you are having difficulty doing paraphrasing or rewriting in English, then Jenni.ai can definitely help you by paraphrasing your text, and then by giving you some ideas, like you can read it and you can understand how, okay, Jenni.ai has rewritten this in this way. So I can just use the same thing and I can create my own paraphrasing. You can also learn how to paraphrase by, by seeing how Jenni paraphrases for you. Bulk import sources via BIP. we have the BibTeX format of the reference management software like Zotero, like Mendeley. So you can basically, let's say you already have a bunch of papers with their citation data in your reference management tool, like Zotero, and then you can just import all those reference information directly into your Jenni.ai with a bib file, which I'm going to show you as well. So after you're creating your draft or your paper, you can export your work to a Word document, which I always do. It's also possible to, export it to LaTeX if you use LaTeX or HTML. But most of the time we will use, exporting it to Word. Outline Builder is one of the coolest, features of Jenni.ai, which I like a lot, because that outline can give you a kind of structure, can give you a kind of roadmap about how you are going to organize your paper, how you are going to organize your introduction paragraph, and then the subheadings, maybe literature review, maybe subheadings again, it gives you a kind of section headings, and then it helps you to flesh out your ideas, basically, by creating that outline. So yeah, basically never write alone. Get suggestions whenever you are stuck, or expand your notes into full paragraphs. Especially, I get suggestions personally, for example, from Jenni.ai, whenever I'm stuck about idea generation, about how I should, connect this idea with an idea that I want to connect it with. And then I get help from Jenni, and then I say, okay, I can do the same. I can do a similar way of, connecting ideas. So this is also super, useful for us. And again, if when you scroll down, you have team institutional plans. If you are a professor, a researcher at an institution, you can definitely check it out for your institution. Maybe you can get an institutional plan, by having your institution pay for your subscription if it is possible. And again, you have different sections here, your questions answered, and try Jenni for free today. So you can also click on pricing here, and you can see how you can subscribe to the full version. Because the free version, before we dive into Jenni, let me show you this. For the monthly, 200 AI words per day, and then unlimited PDF uploads, autocomplete, and stuff, you can start for free. For example, I started for free when I first, discovered Jenni.ai, and then I subscribed to the monthly. There are also some discount codes. I think our team is going to give you a discount code if you request from them at the end of this webinar. So which I am going to show you as well, in terms of how you should ask for it. And for the annual, again, you see, for the free version, 200 AI words per day. Of course, it just rounds out very quickly. When you start writing up something, it just finishes. So you need to go to the paid subscription version, and this is the unlimited version. If you want to pay per month, you can just subscribe to it for $12 per month. So let me log in, and then there we go. Here you see an example, literature review piece of work that I used for another webinar. So when you enter Jenni.ai like this, you have this section where you will see your name, manage account, billing, and logout. And then you have new menu options, documents, library, AI chat, refer and earn. You can also refer this to someone, and then you can also earn credits. There are some tutorials here, but they are not super useful. They are very short, and they are showing only certain features. If you want to learn, more about Jenni.ai affordance and stuff, I mean, if you need some videos, then YouTube is your best bet. And for help, you can get some help by reaching out to the Jenni.ai team. And there are also some shortcuts as well that you can just explore for yourself. So let me show you the many options on the right here. We have the export feature here, which you can use to export your document, for example. And then you have this, settings icon here. When you click on it, you see there are different document settings here. You can set the language. You see there are different languages here. And then we have autocomplete. If you turn on autocomplete, okay, Jenni.ai will just get your prompt, and then it will start writing automatically. Okay, autocomplete means this. And then it will show you your autocomplete buttons, like accept, cycle buttons, which I will show you. And this is the document prompt. For example, I use this prompt, for example, to create this document. It shows this original prompt that you have used here as well. And then you can choose your citation style here. You see? And then again, for citation, there is again an toggle here, which you can make on and off. If you want to use auto citation from external sources for means everywhere from the web, including the academic databases. Okay. If you put it on, if you turn it on, then Jenni.ai will give citations for you, which is super helpful, especially if you are not so familiar with the literature area that you are doing research in. Or if you are super experienced, then you can also, use it just to see what citations Jenni.ai will be offering. You can also, turn it off, if you want to cite manually, which I will show you again. So for example, if you put this on, Jenni.ai will give citations automatically from external sources or from your library. Of course, you must have some materials in your library first. You can also turn them off, and then you can give citations manually. Okay. Now let me show you in the autocomplete version right now. First, I will show you, how Jenni is creating text for you in the autocomplete version, in the autocomplete mode on, and then with the autocomplete off. So if you want to create, a new document, you can click on new, and then you can start a document by clicking on this, or you can move your cursor, hover it around documents, and then documents window will pop up, and then you can just click on this plus icon, okay? And then you will see this screen. So let me move my window here, okay? So it says, what are you writing today? Okay, and here you see weak prompt, add more context for higher quality generations. So if you want Jenni.ai to produce high quality generations for you, then your prompt needs to be high quality as well. So it needs to be something like, quite specific, something, contextualized. So let me give you an example of a prompt that I can create from my own research area. I do online learning research, especially online student engagement, online student motivation, and basic psychological needs. So let me, give a prompt like, for example, the relationship between, let's say, online presences and online student engagement. You see, it says average prompt here. So if I want to make it a great prompt, I need to edit some more keywords to make it more specific. So I'm going to add, for example, in higher education, to separate it from other, contexts. So it says great prompt. Jenni will reference this when generating text. So Jenni is going to use this prompt to create the, the text. So in terms of outline, we have options here, like no outline. If you click on this, it starts with a blank document, no outlines. You can use standard headings like introduction, methods, results. You can go with this, or let's say you want to, get some ideas, about how you can just structure your paper. So you can also try creative headings. Okay. So I'm gonna go with the creative headings just to again show you, as our time is limited, just to help you see what kind of headings it will produce. So when you click on start writing, it takes a couple of seconds, and then boom, you see Jenni.ai has created and then has already started writing for me, because my setting for auto completion is on. So right now, when I accept it, Jenni.ai is going to continue writing. Okay. And let's have a look at the headings, for example, that it has created for me. Introduction, motivation, theoretical framework, research question, methodology, data collection, participants, procedure, data analysis, findings, student online engagement, online instructor presence, student instructor interaction. Of course, it is not like perfect. It is not something that you can just copy and paste, but you can play with. You can just, use different formats. Just because of the, research focus of the prompt that I have entered, Jenni has created a draft, an outline for us, which has the typical headings of a research article, right? So let me read the sentence, for example, because you are the expert, right? You need to see how it is working. In the contemporary higher education landscape, the online learning environment has become increasingly prevalent, with institutions seeking to cater to the diverse needs and preferences of students. Okay. If you say try again, Jenni will try again and create something else, but I'm going to accept it. Okay. When you accept it, Jenni will continue writing. Okay. And then the second sentence has been created by, again, Jenni.ai for you. As online learning continues to grow, understanding the relationship between online presences and student engagement has become a critical area of inquiry. Let me tell you this is a very, very successful introduction in terms of giving you the idea, like how it started. For example, it started with a very general statement, you see, about online learning environment becoming prevalent, with institutions trying to meet diverse needs and preferences of students. It's a very, typical intro sentence that you can see in the articles in our field, for example, educational technology and online learning. So it will go like this, wherever you go, it will create under each heading, it will create the similar thing. So I'm going to show you, I would like to show you the reference idea here. For example, if you hover your cursor, on the reference here, Mayor 2014. Mayor 2014, for example, is one of the most cited articles in my field, especially about student engagement and online learning. It's one of the seminal works that, writers cite a lot. So it's a very good citation, actually. The performance of the citation accuracy is really good because I know, as the researcher in the field, that Mayer is, is a legit citation for this introduction. So here you see, a link to the article. If you click on the link, okay, you can go to, you can go to this articles page. You see, in the article Wiley online library, for example, they already have a feature of chat with paper, and this is the symbol of SciSpace, by the way. SciSpace is another awesome, AI tool that you can use. So that's this feature. And again, if you want to edit your citation, for example, you want to, change something. Let's say you see a mistake or something like that. You can also change and edit, the citation information here. Okay. You can also change it to a narrative format. Okay. But when you change it to narrative format, then you need to rewrite it, manually by using the correct way of narration. So before we moving on, I will show you what happens if I turn off the autocomplete. Okay. For example, here right now, okay, there is nothing, right? Jenni.ai is not creating anything for me because I have just turned off the autocomplete. Now I'm gonna add my own sentence, for example. Okay. Let's say with the popularity of online learning, a growing number of institutions have introduced different online programs. For example, and then I just ask Jenni, for example, to write something here. For example, okay, Jenni has produced this. Of course, the format is a bit wrong here. You need to take the parentheses off. These features are still developing, by the way. They are trying to integrate the multiple citations in the same parentheses as well. And these things are still, again, developing. Let's try again here. For example, Paulson Morkic found that increasingly large population of students now enroll in both online and face-to-face courses. You see, it finds an example. It fits here. It finds an example to, to an idea that you have just created. So, you can just turn off the autocomplete, and then you can just continue writing manually by asking Jenni to produce something for you. I accept it, okay? And then I will go to go down a little bit, and then I will say, for example, however. Now, look, I will say, however. I'm doing this just to show you how Jenni is going to create something that will fit however idea. Then there will be a kind of contrasting idea, right? So however, comma, and then I click on Control/. You see, this is amazing. However, this shift has raised questions about the relationship between online presence and student engagement, as there may be disparities in the ways students engage with online and traditional learning environments. You see, Jenni.ai is giving you an idea here. I just made it up right now. It's just giving you an idea about, what kind of a question or contradictory situation may pop up, in your idea generation. And then it does this, and it's performing really well. You can just ask it to try again, for example. Look at this. this is much better, for example. Look, however, given the unique characteristics of online learning, such as the lack of physical presence and the need for self-directed learning, there are concerns that online students may not engage with their studies in the same way as their counterparts in traditional face-to-face settings. For example, this is a much better fit to my however prompt. You see, isn't it amazing, right? So I highly recommend you to use it, especially if you want to, create your own directions and ideas. You can definitely use it in the autocomplete off version to be in the control wheel, and then you direct the Jenni.ai to whichever direction you want to go. So this is basically about text generation. So let me show you the library feature, which is also super cool. So in the library, okay, we have two options here: upload PDF and import BibTeX. So I'm sure all the researchers here, who are already publishing in journals, are currently using at least one reference management tool like Zotero. I'm a Zotero guy. I have been using it since my PhD student time in Oklahoma. So I'm going to show you how you can import your citations directly from Zotero into your library so that you can cite whatever you want, specifically in terms of the articles that you have already found, read, and sure about to give citations. So let's start with import BibTeX. So I'm gonna open up my Zotero. So when you first use Jenni.ai, and if you already have an account in Zotero, you already have this version. You see my screen right now in my no, it didn't change. Okay, stop share and then go to Zotero. Okay, so if you have an account in Zotero, you have an online account, and you can see all these citation information in your software of Zotero here, and also in the online account. So Jenni.ai automatically detects your Zotero and then connects it with its database. So for example, I'm gonna use online student motivation folder here, and I'm gonna right click in Zotero, and then I will export collection, because I need to create a BibTeX file to import it into Jenni.ai's library. Export collection, and then you see the format here. You need to choose BibTeX format. Okay, you can export your notes if there are any notes in your citation information. If there is a kind of PDF, you can also export the file. But here I asked the Jenni.ai team, because I had an issue, and they gave me the answer like, currently you have to manually upload the PDFs, because the Zotero file does not automatically transfer the PDF file attached to it. So you need to manually upload it. So this is something to keep in mind, because I experienced an issue and then I got the answer from them. So when I click OK, I go to my folder. So online student motivation BibTeX here. I'm gonna save it over, and then I'm gonna go back to Jenni. Okay, real quick. Okay, yes. Okay, now I'm going to import BibTeX, and I'm going to find my BibTeX file. Here we go. You see BibTeX document. I'm going to select it and open it, and then look at my library right now. You see? You see, all my citation information has been imported into Jenni.ai. So you see, we have cite, we have view, we have upload PDF. So if you click on cite, you can just use this information as citation here. For example, let me put it somewhere here. For example, if I say cite, you see, Go et al. ND. So I need to edit and put for example, date. It shows that there's a missing information in the citation. Or let me try this by using cite. Again, there's any problem about the date of it. And let me go to this one. Let's see what happens. Again, so here you see there's a kind of date information problem here. Let me see view. So if I add, you see, there's a problem with the year here. There's no year information. So I'm going to say, let's say 2010. Okay. And then I'm going to use Liu again. Was it this one? Okay, let me try this one. So you can use different citations here. You see Milteo de Savigny 2003. You can do it directly from here, or you can just create @ symbol, so when you just like in the mail @ symbol, if you create @ then cite window pops up here. It says search citations. You can click on all, including your library. You can click on discover. Discover means, all the information out there in the web, including the databases. You see, for example, this is the symbol of Eric, for example, Eric database, Tandov Online, for example. You see, these are databases. And if you click on library, for example, these are the library information that you have here. So in my library right now, okay, I have the citation information. So if I want to find a specific article, for example, you see, let's say I find my article here. I'm going to show you how you can upload a PDF. Let's say you have this PDF already, and then you want to upload the PDF file to it. So you click on upload, and then I'm going to show you the AI chat version. Now, when you create when you upload the PDF, this upload PDF, icon or, a menu text changes into AI chat. Right? Now, when I click on AI chat, I can chat with this article. Look. You see the article on the left side, and then you have your chat bot on the right side. It is taking some time because of the internet connectivity, most probably. But let's wait a little bit. Let me try again. Okay, you see, here you can see the article, original article, PDF that you have uploaded manually, okay? And then you can ask any questions. For example, if you highlight certain sentences from the article, you have some options from size space again. This is another tool that you can just use, by using your browser in the Google Chrome. But I'm going to show you this. For example, I'm going to ask the assistant, like, what is the main finding of this study? Let's say there is this study, and then you just want to see what is the main finding of this study. Jenny is thinking. Now it will answer us. You see? The main finding of the study is that both teaching presence and social presence are significant predictors of student satisfaction, blah, blah, blah. Let's say, what about limitations? What about limitations? So I don't have to read, the entire PDF going back and forth, back and forth. You see, these are the limitations, that the authors of this article acknowledge. And these limitations, are potential research gaps, by the way, for you, for your next article or research project. So this feature of AI chat that you can definitely use. So you can definitely add, you can upload your PDFs, you can import your BIP file, or you can also paste DOI, if you already know the DOI of an article or a PubMed identifier or URL, you can also search it, and then you can add this citation in your library. Okay, so this is your library right now, and you can just give citations again, by using the citation menu, or by clicking on, by creating the @ icon from the keyboard. Let me show you very quickly again the text, features, text improvement features. Now, so when you highlight a certain part of the text here, you see some AI comments, you see? So when you click on it, look, improve fluency, paraphrase academically, casually, persuasively, boldly, friendly, simplify, again, academically, casually, persuasively, boldly, blah, 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 make longer. So you can just ask Jenni.ai to make it longer for you. You can ask for translation if you want. You can ask a piece of text. You can ask Jenni.ai to summarize a piece of text for you. You can also ask Jenni.ai, if it is applicable and meaningful, of course, write opposing argument. This is also an awesome feature. Write with more depth. For example, let me choose this very first paragraph, okay, and then let me ask Jenni to write with more depth. You see, a little bit deeper, and then 2 citations now. Okay, if you click on replace selection, it just replaces your text, and the old one is gone. Or if you can just insert below, maybe you can just put it below, and then you can see the difference. You see, this is the first one, and this is the second one that Jenni has created. So by using these comments, you can use, for different text optimization features, definitely. So I have been able to show you, the text improvement features, how to import stuff into library. So from in terms of the library, these are your sources, and you can also create your collections. For example, you can create different collections by giving it a name. For example, X collection, depending on your themes, constructs, subconstructs, however you want. You can organize yourself, and you can just import either PDF files or BibTeX files into your Jenni.ai library. And I am also showing you the AI chat feature. You can use this AI chat feature for anything, guys, anything. You can just ask anything, anything that you are curious about. Okay. For example, I even communicated with Jenni.ai about a technical issue. For example, I said, this is not working. Are you aware of this problem? And then Jenni.ai replied like, I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. Let me check it for you. This kind of conversation is possible with Jenni.ai, definitely. So I have shown you an AI chat library. Of course, you need to play with it in your own time. Creating documents part, again, you can create different documents, and you can use different outline formats and stuff. Again, from the new section, you can again start a new document, AI chat, upload PDF. So there are different ways of doing the same thing, different ways of doing the same thing, basically. But this is basically, Jenni.ai in terms of the tool itself. So we have come to, we have already run out of our time. So let me show you I mean, our last slide for you to be aware of, in terms of how you would like to get more support if you need more support. So for subscription to Jenni.ai with a special 30% discount, you will have a special 30% discount. If you reach out to our team, the team will give you that special link for you to subscribe and then get your 30% discount. And again, if for any one-on-one writing coaching and training requests, again, you can reach out to our team. For example, you are writing a paper and you want to use Jenni.ai with a human coach support to make things faster or for proofreading and stuff, you can definitely reach out to the our team for that as well. Thank you so much. Let me stop
Thank you so
sharing.
much, Dr. Turk. Do you mind keeping the last slide on so that people can keep track of that information?
All right. Okay.
And I
so by the way, there are a couple of I think comments or questions in the chat.
I will walk us through all those questions. You already addressed a couple of those, but I think it's important for us to just go over most of them just to make sure they are addressed and there are not any other questions. So one of the questions is about the plagiarism status of the sentences obtained from Jenni.ai, and will it be perceived as plagiarism or are they original? You partially, I think, addressed this by making a statement about when Jenni creates a statement, it is our responsibility to check those, the accuracy of the information, citation and whatnot, but also not directly taking those sentences into our work. Can you please talk a little bit more about this in terms of the plagiarism and ethical aspect of it?
Yeah, definitely. So first of all, definitely when you are writing an article for a specific journal, you should definitely, check their AI policies. Definitely. Most of them are, like standard rules and procedures. But one thing to keep in mind is no AI tools generation is, plagiarism free. So if you copy and paste, AI generated text, a piece of text from any tool, Jenni.ai, SciSpace, Elicit, Perplexity AI, ChatGPT, whatever, it will be flagged as AI created. And for example, SciSpace, another tool, has an AI detector, and it detects how much of a piece of writing is AI created, how much is human, and it will give you some ideas. And there are also some bots, AI humanizers, let's say, they humanizes your texts. However, you are responsible for, rewriting, paraphrasing, editing, reviewing your own text. Nobody should ever copy and paste, a whole bunch of paragraph or text verbatim without making any changes directly from an AI tool. This is called plagiarism. And it will not change. Even if it is the 22nd century, 23rd century, it will remain the same, right? So, because we are the scholars, we are the creators of our own ideas, and we are responsible for, our papers, our texts, and so you should definitely use AI, any kind of tools, including Jenni, okay, for idea generation, for understanding how to improve your texts, what kind of language tweaks you can create, and also, especially for citation, and to see, what kind of literature Jenni just pulls it up for you. Okay, so you can, for example, I personally use it for efficiency purposes, to make things faster for such repetitive tasks, purposes, rather than copying and pasting. If you copy and paste, it's plagiarism, definitely.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's a very clear response, I think, and it's super helpful for us. So this also, I think, addressed the other follow-up question about this. How should we add citations and make references from Jenni? You pointed out that we should definitely check the journal or the whatever the
Yeah.
journal is affiliated with in terms of
Yeah.
database or publication,
Uh-huh.
just to follow their guidelines about AI and acknowledge that in our work. Awesome.
Exactly. You should
Perfect.
definitely check the citation quality. You should, because you are the expert in your field. You know, for example, I know which citations are, are to be used, which citations are like, recently published but I need a more seminal work. I know that. Okay. Jenni or any other AI tool will not know that. You are the one to know that. So you can just, check it out, and you can, maybe Jenni.ai is going to show you something that you haven't seen yet.
Mhm.
So use it for such purposes.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Another question, multiple questions asked by one person, but what is the difference, or are the differences between Jenni.ai and ChatGPT, and what makes Jenni.ai more preferable, and the plagiarism rate, even for just paraphrasing?
Yeah. So ChatGPT is a kind of, general AI tool that talks about anything like Google's Gemini and similar other tools. But Jenni.ai is specifically for, writing papers, and it has a very strong, connection with the databases, and it has a certain focus, and you can make it, quite specific in terms of which databases you are looking at, it is academic or not. Because, for example, when you ask ChatGPT a specific question, it may not give you, the proper citations from academic databases and stuff. But Jenni.ai is purely academic, and it gives you the citations and sources which you need, basically for writing and academic writing, rather than ChatGPT is a more generic tool which basically does anything and everything, creating pictures, asking about the weather, and whatever. Yeah.
Perfect. I think we already addressed the plagiarism part of that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The other, another comment is from another scholar saying that they've used AI for editing only, but they've always had ethical concerns about using it for writing purposes. And they are asking your thoughts about this.
They use for editing purposes only?
Yes, they've used in editing purposes only, and that they were saying it is a little bit challenging for them to use it for writing an article, and they are asking about the ethical concerns. I think you addressed this already, but it might be helpful to just reiterate what might be helpful for those of us who are interested in really using Jenni.ai.
Yeah, I especially recommend using Jenni.ai and similar tools to create, drafts, outlines, to give you a kind of roadmap, what kind of headings should I create? What kind of starts should I use for each paragraph? How can I start a discussion section, for example, about this topic? What kind of citations should I use? Do I need to use in this type of paragraph? I am using Jenni.ai for these purposes, but I am not giving full control to Jenni.ai. No, I am the researcher. I am the writer of this article. So people are going to cite me, not Jenni.ai, after this work is published. So I need to be very careful about that.
Perfect. Another question is about obtaining or getting the references from a set of journals or different databases, whether we can do this with Jenni.ai. Can we set the tool to obtain or get the references from different resources?
It will need your,
but
yeah, it will need, yeah, when you use, for example, sources, like all, it will use all sources, including your library. If you wanna use a specific set of, collections or articles, then you need to upload them manually to Jenni.ai, because you cannot make sure that Jenni is reaching out to the specific database that you are exploring.
Yeah. You already showed and mentioned this partially, but it might be helpful for clarification. You use Zotero for this, and we talked about using EndNote or other reference tools. There was something I addressed at my best in terms of based on what I know about Jenni.ai, but it's not like these kind of reference management systems are not directly integrated with Jenni.ai. but we can use BibTeX from
Yeah.
EndNote or other reference management systems and import them into Jenni.ai. Is that correct? Just to make sure we reflect that.
Exactly. Some, for example, some tools like SciSpace have a menu option saying import from Zotero, but Jenni.ai doesn't have it yet. So this is also another question that I asked them. So they are most probably going to integrate it with Zotero as well. Yeah, some tools have that connection. You know what? There are lots of other tools. You know, pros and cons, limitations, superiorities, and stuff. So you are the one to decide which one to use for which purpose. So I use, for example, a couple of tools for different purposes, depending on my need, for example. Yeah.
Perfect. Last two questions. One of them is about in terms of editing articles through Jenni, do you need an institutional affiliation so that it can access the database, or Jenni has the connection to the database?
Jenni has the access to academic databases, which I showed you, like, for example, when it pops up, when it finds, articles, you can see the small symbols of different academic databases like ERIC, for example, from the education, EBSCOhost, Wiley, and so many other databases. Yes.
Which speaks to its academic integrity and our emphasis on as a tool and differentiates it from other tools as well. Thank you.
But of course, as an academic researcher and scholar, you're in the position to already create your own collection of articles, which you have created as a result of your literature review, right? If you don't know the literature, then you are in a bad position to write your paper yet. So.
True, so true. And our final question is about generating, whether it's possible to generate an outline from an uploaded abstract of a research already published.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. All you need to do is to upload the PDF article and then communicate with the article through AI chat, and just ask the AI, create an outline of this paper. Boom, that's it. You will get the outline.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Turk. Thanks everyone for joining us. It was a wonderful presentation, and we learned a lot about using different AI tools, but in particular Jenni for today. For those who are interested in using Jenni.ai or getting some support in writing process or coaching and training, please contact r.llc@gmail.com. We are looking forward to having our next session, and we will announce that soon. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.